All right, we are back. See why this isn't playing all of a sudden. No, there we go. All right. Happy Monday, everybody. We're back again. Gestural Mondays. We're gonna be doing some drawing today. We gotta check the stream health. My mic looks way too loud. Way too loud. That's better. That's better. All right. Probably change the music a little bit to a little bit more relaxed. But we're just getting started, just getting warmed up. Nailed it. All right. I had to get this out and about. Let's make sure the posts are going and gone. And bing bong. Oh, I had one more. Okay, hold on. The tweets gotta go. The tweets gotta go. We're doing Gestural Mondays, normal stuff. Select all, using charcoal today. Using some... I never say it right, and I almost don't use it because I don't like pronouncing it. But nitram? Nitrum? I don't know. Probably nitrum or something. Nitrum? Nitrum. Maybe it's nitrum. That sounds cooler. But I don't know totally, so... But we are using a different charcoal in generals. I'm sure we'll be ending up, getting to generals and grabbing a stick of like generals Willow charcoal or something here or there. Oh, and of course, I don't have anything downloaded ready to go. It's crazy how much stuff. I have so many images, from art to Canva, stories. I'll be organized. All about organizations. I just have to download this quick. Download, share, post, save. Let's see. We can get the setup going. This is from last week. We had a nice little Gestural Mondays last week. We want to work far more through the figure today. So if you'll see, again, I'll go in here, but these could have curved into the figure. Some of this could have been lost down here. All different stuff. You know what I mean? You're always working. You're always studying. You're always practicing. It's never done. All about the journey. We're going to keep saying it over and over. But what we're going to preach and teach is enjoy the journey. Well, during the last session, perfect. Cool. Let's keep it rolling here. All right. Today we're using another new app too, which is actually cool. So we're using our own custom images, which is pretty fun. Let's turn it down a little bit here. All right. Oh. Here we go. There we go. Nice Monday vibes. All right. So yeah, we're actually using, I guess it's just called Gestural Drawing is the app. And you can actually use a file or files from your computer to use your own images and reference images. And I have image packs from CubeBrush that I've downloaded, purchased, used, and have the rights to use, which is even better. And they're all images that I like. Some we might be skipping because some are going to be features, portraits, maybe hands. We might just sketch those out too. But I guess it is Gestural Mondays, not figurative. So technically we don't have to do a full figure. Maybe we'll be drawing some faces, all sorts of fun stuff. So that's where we're going to be going today. So move this 2 seconds here. Good. And now we're going to get right into it. You can even set up your own class on this, which is pretty cool. So I think we have 16 30 seconds. I think we have 16 30 seconds, 10 1 minutes, 10 2 minutes, 120 140, 2 10s, 120 140. I think. I don't know. We'll see. But ultimately, we're doing more 30 seconds to a minute to really get warmed up, because again, that's what the process is about today. I actually found out that we have no idea where this pad came from. I thought it was my girlfriend's from a long time ago. She might have just found it on the street for all we know. I don't know. I don't know if that makes it cooler, but kind of neat. Who knows? Nothing was in it. Well, I guess there's a couple words, but like no drawings were in it. But it's old. It feels very old. Maybe it survived our flood? That doesn't seem right though. All right. Again, we're going to start with 30 seconds. When we're going into these 30 seconds, we're really just worrying about getting loose, getting marks down, getting the gesture feel, catching the rhythm of the piece, the motion, the rhythm and motion are the biggest things that I look for. I was going to continue, but that's kind of really it. That's a lot of light here. I guess I can kind of just look down. Definitely tough. You always a lot of hats too. I mean, I guess you see people wearing those painters hats, and it's not just because it looks cool, even it does. It's actually to block light from coming into your vision so that you can actually see values. Because if you have a bright light above you and your eyes seeing it, you're not going to see values accurately if the light's affecting your view. So you wear a low brimmed hat, beanies, anything like that. And sometimes that's when you see people actually do this too. You're just kind of letting your eyes adjust. It's gonna do it. I actually round off this nitrum. That's what I'm gonna call it today. And we're gonna turn it into almost like a graphite point. I'll show you. Can't show you sideways because the graphite, well, the shavings will go everywhere. But ultimately, we're just shaving it down to like a point. So it has a couple flat edges that we can use, hopefully for some motion. And we're gonna save all of this. All that charcoal powder, don't throw that away. That's fun stuff. It comes in way more handy when you're working on an actual full drawing. I might have to actually grab a hat here, I'm sorry. I'm moving my lights around. The lights are so close, but they're not there yet. It's just not. Hold on. I'm sorry. All right, that's better. Oh man. Wow, that's such a difference. No, I feel like a spy in a movie where your hat brim's so low. But you can see it. See how there's that little shade? I don't want a full flat brim. You can do a full flat brim. I just don't wear them as much. But you just need your lights, your eyes in that little bit of shade right there, and you're good. That's why I wear it so low. Might look a little weird, but that's where we're at. Right on time, too. We're aiming to start right around 2 o'clock. for some drawing. So again, 30 seconds to start. We're going to be scribbling, sketching, scribbling, sketching. You know what I mean? But again, ultimately, we're going for a rhythm. We're using a different charcoal this time, so we're going to get used to how it sort of puts marks down. And then we're going to go from there. But this is a soft charcoal, which is so you can get a lot of cool sort of marks all through here. Oh, we get a little timer on this app, huh? Wow. That is fun there. I have to find this edge here. So again, we talked about it a little bit last week, but there are kind of a couple ways to find figures. And the biggest thing for 30 seconds is to just start putting marks down. In 30 seconds, you're really just trying to get, again, the gesture, the form is secondary to the gesture and the angles. Push your angles, push your marks, really loosen up your arm, your shoulder, start seeing things quickly and just making quick sort of measurements, because you're not, it's 30 seconds, so it goes quick. Oh, we have a lot of hard poses here. Anytime you stretch during these, moments gone. But yeah, we talked, you can kind of use a couple different ways. You can use cylinders, there's boxes, and then there's almost like pillowcases stuff. It almost looks like to get a body, you can kind of just go like that. It almost looks like a bean or a pillowcase, you know? And then you have your sort of head come off here. Just like the perfect straightforward pose. What a pose. The funnest part about gesture drawing is just to get loose, just to get the feel of the pose, just to hit your marks. Again, you're studying proportions. You want it to be, you don't want it to just, you do want to study and make your marks, you know, appropriately. You're not necessarily sitting there going like measuring. But again, you are sort of having fun with it. And trying to be accurate on top of all of that, of course. Ooh, 30 seconds is cruising on this Monday. You can definitely always out. Again, there's nothing there that I want. You can go through a couple sheets of paper to save. That was always my thing, is I used to go through one or two pieces and then kind of, does that stop it? Oh, it does. What an app. Okay, this thing's cool. I'm gonna stop for 5, 4, 3, 2. Just because I was talking, I just wanted to stop for an extra 5 seconds there. But you really just want to push all these angles. Like, this is almost a running pose, and I really want to push that angle so it's more, because our brain tends to straighten things out. So again, while I want this all to be accurate, I'm gonna make it a little bit more fluid than I would if I was taking my time sometimes. Did a lot of like I said, I definitely wanted to push the 30 seconds here. Because I just really wanted to get warmed up today. And that's what this is about, getting loose on a Monday, dusting off the cobwebs from the weekend. You want to continue all the way through the figure. You want to try to get all the way from start, head to toe if you can. Not fully accurate, but you do want to get in the figure. Okay. Again, other times if it's a laptop. A lot of these marks are just shapes. I'm just looking for the most generalized shapes, and I don't love. I don't like that. The charcoal is a little thick. But again, there's nothing here that I can just, using this paper, it's not gonna rip. It's newsprint. They're 30-second sketches. Unless somebody's telling you to change your paper, I don't know. Don't. You know what I mean? You can keep sort of working through it. Just want that rhythm to get loose and let your eyes continue to see, push those angles. Because see, I even had that too straight. I want to continue pushing that big time. Do a nice big jet, I can't think of what the words calls. I'm just looking at this. Center line, sort of a weighted line, you know what I mean? You can do two almost. You can do the figure line. You can do where the weight is on the figure. So here I'm going to go from the head. You're going to come all the way down. And you do want to get all the way down. So you want that whole figure to be represented at least. Now you can go back in and kind of start maintaining, again, couple proportions, couple values, but she's wearing clothes here. This is a quick, super quick sketch. Sketch that little hand. For arms and legs, sometimes you can catch the back and then carry the knee right through the calf. And it's sometimes a good way to get your leg down pretty quickly, and then you can kind of start seeing both where they are. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Again, see, so I'll go here, I'll kind of find the bottom, but I want to continue her legs all the way extended. I don't want to just stop at her waist. Again, if you're doing like figure, like just a cross section or something of her torso, then that's, again, all different stuff. But for full figure drawing, you really want to just have fun and get the whole measuring down, so that it is the whole face or the whole figure, and then you can keep working and improving. That is what it's about. It's not about creating a masterpiece in 30 seconds. That is not what this is. It doesn't happen that way. But so see, now I'm on to 1 minute drawing, so already it feels so much longer, and I can start really getting some accurate proportions and measurements. And now I probably won't do too. Paper's getting a little, you don't want to not be able to put marks down. That's the biggest thing. Oh my God. Then you can really challenge yourself with a pose like this that I'll just never get down in the time. So what you're going for is, again, more than ever, the gesture of the piece. Because if that is her arm, almost show this. She's just, it's super foreshortened. Her knee goes like this, comes down here. Ankles here. Oh boy. What a fucking challenge of a piece. That's fun. You can still really see it all. You get that other knee. I had to really hit that hand probably to show that she was balanced out. Again, sometimes you can go through and start using, like I mentioned last time, you draw right through the figure. And you can measure it quickly using sort of just like the mannequin style. Where like you just sort of put balls at each of the joints. Quick lines to just get the shapes, spaces in between. She has an intense lean going here. That's always tough, and that's another reason why you really want to push all those angles, because when somebody has that lean that you have to hit and you sit them straight up, it looks very awkward. I want to kind of use this charcoal. I never liked that charcoal. I've always almost tried to give it away. It's just, I mean, you guys can probably see the difference in how it goes down. I don't have to fight the paper with it. Might be that, again, the nitro might work on, because it's a fine art charcoal, that maybe. This just goes down like butter, man. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Generals. Generals, so just such good charcoal. One-minute portrait studies are one thing that I have to do far more of. They're tough, and I have to I don't have to. Everything I say I want. They're all wants. You don't have to do anything. But it's definitely something that I want to start doing a little bit more of. Just because, again, it's the last little piece that I would love to incorporate into these quick images. There's something very beautiful about capturing emotion with just a couple of lines. Never mind when it's an like in the face, motion, movement. But so I'm still just doing. I still just have 1 minute. We're still just. Hi, my computer wants to go to this other Wi-Fi that we don't even use, which is weird. It like tries to kick into my Wi-Fi from years ago. Why it would do that? And a lot of the same elf here. Right, all right. Working through the figure, pushing angles, trying to convey accurate proportions, working on, visually measuring all my marks. I always want to try to pull through the figure like I had said before. See here, every time I get into a face like this, I want to draw more, and it's so important to just maintain that loose structure. Because the minute I start holding my pencil like this, I lose those marks that I want. But I did kind of want to push the eyes looking way up. Shape here, I keep doing it. Every time I do a portrait, that's why a lot of times I use a portrait. That's why you save the charcoal from the beginning. Because that's how we'll do a lot of our portrait work, are with blending stumps. Wild portrait there. And in doing so with blending stumps, you don't actually kind of mentally can't draw as much. Because you just don't have the pencil, so kind of just use a lot of block marks and go from there. You can tell just by how I'm holding the pencil so much today that I'm ready for a longer pose. But it's important to continue maintaining and studying and practicing and getting warmed up, because it's like anything. You want to jump to the finish. You want to jump to those final marks and make that final beautiful piece. But if you jump in without warming up, you're just not mentally there. You're going to miss a lot of the marks that you want to make mentally. And you're like, oh, I'm ready. And then it's like you rush them. Miss them. A lot of new models in here that are very nice. Fun, a really good app, actually. This is a very nice thing that we found. It's nice to be able to use my own references. Very loose with it today. So I kind of wanted to warm up with a lot of 30 seconds. Because we did a lot of tech, a lot of editing all weekend. Not as much drawing as we would have liked to. These must be 2 minutes. Must be. You can just start to tell. You can just start to tell. That is the beauty of gesture drawing. You want to talk about mental time, you can just start unlocking your mental clock. Never as tuned in. That's when you're drawing here. Especially when you stick to a time study, but again, you just kind of start working in these 20-30 minute structures or intervals. Your brain can start sensing, oh, that was way quicker than we just had. Oh, okay, because it's 30 seconds longer, 30 seconds shorter, whatever it might be. And then when you keep working, you get used to working in these like 40 minutes, whatever your work time is, be it 20, 30, 40, your brain knows almost to the second. When you sit there and go, okay, I think it's time for a break. And you're like, oh, yeah, no, you're right. I was 2 minutes off. It's a crazy thing. It's not break time now. I'm just saying mentally you start to pick all that up. Blue, what up, baby? How you doing, man? then the beauty of starting with so many 30 seconds, your 2 minutes start to feel like forever. Just wonderful. How's your Monday going, bro? Mentally, it's a wild thing to, because so today I was doing more music that I knew to kind of get me, you know, get me started on the week. And sometimes it's tough to go from music I know to like this music that I don't know. Could have started with music like that, if that makes sense. I don't know why. Because this is definitely the better music, I think, to like work on and work with. Another day, how you be, my friend? Living the dream, bro. Living the dream. Can't complain any day I'm creating and drawing, you know? Wouldn't be fair. So I am good. Nice cold shower this morning. Not intended, but it happened. I was in there all mad, all upset, and it's like, no, you know what? Get to go create. Get to go do what you want to do. Enjoy your cold shower. Let it wake you up. I am tired today. I don't know why. Didn't get all the way to the bottom there. I should have. I just feel like that's extremely accurate. Yeah. That's it. Amen, man. There's always something going on, right? You gotta pick and choose, man. There's always something in the world. And if you're dealing with A and it could be B, fucking A, it's a beautiful day. You're healthy, you wake up, you don't, you know, I guess it's not even healthy, but you wake up, you're feeling semi-decent. Food, family, happy. It's a fucking beautiful day, man. Cold showers can be good and bad. Amen. Not when you don't plan on them. For some reason, our heat goes in and out, our hot water. It's so weird. It doesn't go in and out, but it like just chooses the times to turn off pretty quickly. But we made the best of it. Again, it could always be worse. I kind of wish they started the countdown at like 10 seconds here. I think I have charcoal somewhere in my eyeball. A lot of hard charcoal pencils sharpened. The tricky part of this app is all the images that I have are off. That's fun. But that's really what you want. I mean, again, you want to just keep pushing your brain to see all these proportions and work not faster, but more efficiently. Always what I tell people. Not about getting it down faster. It's just about getting it down in less. You guys hear the buzzer? I don't know if you guys can. This scary looking thing. So again, normally you do kind of want to push the size of work full paper smaller, a little bit cleaner. I'm trying to really fill the paper with a lot of marks. This pose makes me hurt. She's just holding her legs up. Oh my god. That is brutal. Again, the biggest things I'm doing is just trying to work on quickly measuring proportions, shape, distances. This should be this far forward. Good. That angle. Good. You have this angle coming here, so you kind of go like that. And this is a good point to kind of hit this leg. Come right back into the calf. Don't have to do too much. It kind of shows that leg there. You know, it has to come forward a little, but somewhere there, right? Minutes. Kind of want to show that she's not on anything. Again, the tension's all right in her stomach or midsection. But I want that elbow joint to be in the right spot. This. Because this and I don't know, you kind of have the marks I want to hit are that distance, that distance. Because that is what shows, I don't know, that pressure in there. I know that looks like a lot of scribbles and you actually can't even see it way over there. But break time already? Already break time. Quick. Let's actually go back too. Well, that's kind of fun. That's cool. Yeah, I like this app a lot. Yeah, we just sort of tweak. Now this is cheating. Don't do this. But I kind of like that I can go back into it now and see how far off. Again, It's cheating, but I guess I'm also just kind of trying to check and see what I missed here. And it's all pretty close here. Air coming down here. I think what's definitely confusing here was that this was like a little belt. I guess not really a belt, but like a dress. So there's definitely that confusion there. Right, we're gonna do this. I guess we're going. It's only like kind of adding a minute to each, right? Yeah, not bad, not bad. This one's all sort of proportions are just shortened. Drawing's pretty right, actually. Again, the gesture. Everything's just been a little bit compacted, and again, that's where you want to. Yeah, you do want to use enough paper. You don't want to limit yourself to too little paper, obviously. But I was kind of enjoying filling up the page. I also do love a nice composition of figure drawings. So where you actually have a lot of drawings on the same page. I very much have always loved that sort of appearance and look. This one too is funny because she definitely has a dress here. Looks like what's her face from Babylon actually. Can't think of Margot Robbie. Ha! I knew I'd get there. Hey, Drew. Hi. Interesting. And you want to, so as I go back through, I am kind of putting in those dark lines, like anchor marks. I can kind of start seeing and continue to see everything here. Wait, what is this? But no, I know what this is. Oh, that's why it's okay. Yeah. I forgot what I was using actually. So here, hindsight, I should work right through because you have that line, so you hit a sharp, and then you can soften it right up and come right to the figure. That's why you keep your penciling kind of hit. everybody thinks there's like no reason to sharpen a pencil, but there actually is reason you sharpen charcoal pencils like this. It's so that you can do those marks. It is not a 2B pencil. You can use them as that, but that is actually the reason why I sharpen pencils in that fun, frustrating manner. Because man, when you're close to a sharpened pencil and that lead breaks on you, oh, it's the worst. You hear that just in art class, you just hear like sh 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 snap, and somebody's like, oh my god. Oh, your pencil broke? It sucks, bro. It happens though a lot. Back over. Trying to overwork things. I just want to kind of see, kind of go back through, check my marks, and when you can, there's nothing wrong with seeing your values, your proportions. You do want to learn from making the right marks as well. That's why long and short poses are very important. Because in short poses, you learn quick mark making, quick gestures. In your long poses, you finish your piece. Accurately hit all your. So it's very important to do. Keep a balance. Camera's close. I tried to get the camera as best I could here, but it's not sure how to continue tweaking the camera here. This has to be high, yeah. That should be staying. So again, the whole way through this process, I'm checking. I want to accurately be seeing at the end of these. I want to be warmed up, loose, ready to go. I don't want to get all, I don't want something to be this wrong on my long drawing. I want to get all the mistakes, all the proportion errors out. Ow. And as you can see, for a Monday morning, there's a lot. Like anything, we all dust off those cobwebs. Usually won't do much painting on a Monday, honestly, because it's just usually one of those days that if you're not just, like, see this is what we don't want to get wrong. This should be like this. The head should be coming up here. This angled. That's what we want to get wrong now and fix as we go back through. This distance should still be farther, realistically. And this one we fixed that error, actually, you can see. from here to here, you can see we fixed that proportion already in the first run of it, which is exactly why you're doing this. Shortening here to here, you're still, that's like pretty close what it looks like. Kind of all you can really do. Here, boom. That's a good pose, actually. I kind of like that pose. And the other part, one of my favorite parts of gesture drawing, is you find poses that you'll want to use in other pieces. Because you see so many quick poses and setups and scenes that you start seeing them in other places, and you're like, oh yeah, that's what I was looking to fill, you know, that spot in my painting or this drawing or that canvas. Because you just saw it, you know you're gonna like it. Now you just set out to find the model that's gonna make that pose a reality. And this close. And the proportions from here to here to here to here, we messed up here. So we're happy we already fixed them here. Now we're just going back through and again being honest with our drawings, trying to critique them ourselves. There's no good to do all of this, turn the page, move on, turn the page, move on, turn the page, move on. Again, while we're getting loose and warming up, we're trying to learn too, right? I mean, want to improve. We have to watch our game footage. We have to see our mistakes. We have to see what we're seeing, what we're not seeing, what we're seeing very quick, what's coming to us upon further inspection, closer inspection. All of that stuff really will help us in that final painting or drawing, whatever you might be doing. I know you guys can't. Right, but all right. I think this is the last one before our break. And then we have some longer ones, so they'll be a little bit more exciting. I know these sometimes just come off as scribbles and they don't even make sense. But to me, they do, and they serve the purpose. Again, any warm up, any practice session, getting it in, you got to get it in. And see, she doesn't even show her hand back down here for like support. There's nothing there, which just shows the pressure right in here. Off. Be a little higher. And that is why that leg, see, what was right, because this was right. A little too far for you guys to see, but the length was right. The height was a little off because the drawing here just had to be, you just had to find it. But you always, on a big drawing, you always have to go back and keep checking all your proportions, your marks, your gestures, your measurements, your angles, everything like that, all the way until the end. Because if you have something angled like this and you keep working on it, before long, it'll be angled like this. You have to kick it back this way, or focus on keeping it that way in the beginning. But a lot of times, again, because we had this pose like this and we were focused so much right here, can't even see what I'm doing there, because we had this pose. So because this pose is like this, we wanted the tension to be here, we missed this part. So what you want to have to do is you just kind of have to keep always checking here. That's why I'm always going back in, like I've said, and kind of checking the weight, checking the lines, checking the angles, proportions, even on these, like I said, I just went back through and checked all of this, because why not study 1, 2, it should be like 3. I think that should be a little 9. It's supposed to be 7. I think it's supposed to be 7. She has a little bit longer of body. You want to know all that stuff so that you get it out of the way here. You do not want it to be on those paintings or the further pieces, the more developed pieces, that when you're making your last marks, you're like, wait, is this figure too tall? Like, oh no, now I have to redo the whole thing. Do all these sketches, find your shapes, your boxes. Okay, you could almost do a triangle, rectangle, another rectangle, and you would have this whole figure that you could accurately proportion out and then keep working right through. So that is why we do all these gestures. For angle, proportion, quick reads, and practice. That's what it's all about. We're going to continue. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, get back into it. I think we have 10-minute drawing, 20-minute drawing, and maybe one 40-minute drawing coming up. I have to wash my hands. We're going to see, and we're going to keep the stream rolling. Appreciate that love. Be sure to hit that like and that sub down below if you have not already. And we'll be right back with some more drawing. Appreciate you, gang. All right, we're back. Get it, let's continue. Got our 60 seconds left in our break. Thing as a break timer. That's wonderful. Pretty good app. Well done, Cube Brush. We're gonna get right back into it. We're gonna see what the time is. It's gonna tell us 30 seconds. Is the cue. Unfortunately, the first bad image we got here. There's a way to I don't know if that skips. I want to reset. Oh, it does. Okay. Cool. All right, perfect. You can reset the image too. All right, let's get into it. All right, here we go. Go right here, right? Kind of starting with like an outline of the full shape here. Don't have to. Just kind of trying to have fun, do things a little differently for 10 minutes. You'll learn, you'll notice charcoal there's all different types of charcoal. It's crazy. I don't mean different types of charcoal like brands. I mean from the same charcoal. It's all going to be very different. Pretty wild. Pretty wild experience sometimes. I have to hit more with this. Yeah, that's over. I know we're not doing anything right now, right? Scribble in. What it's about. Kind of trying to squint down here. See the largest shapes. And like the strictest, boldest values here. Because we have a little bit of time now. That's not bad either. That's not bad either. All right, let's see what we got here. Looks like nothing. Looks like a whole lot of nothing. Does come a little more forward in this head, huh? Much though. Leave it there. Might be a little too close, but oh. Kind of goes back to the painting I did on Friday. I'm really apparently enjoying these lost and found edges that I've been really experimenting with here, huh? Because this definitely goes like right in with it. I'm really trying to get some measurements without putting every mark down. Yeah, see, this had to come more like this, which is okay. Here, we'll go like this. Yeah. There. Come right in through here. Try to curve this arm around. I know it looks very weird here, but kind of what we're working with. That comes down. It definitely goes more into the might be here. Really pulling through the figure here and trying to get some just really focus on the line work. Again, is always the best part of why, well, not the best part, always specifically why we sharpen our pencils the way we do. So that you can get all these different sized marks from like flats, pull, so you can push it and pull it, and all different shapes. That's all we're going for. Racers are allowed. See what I have to I guess I just have to designate that more, that the ribs come here. I didn't really want to, but it kind of feels like it was missing. So again, as you can tell, we're really just pulling these more. I'm gonna have to look at maybe some other wide angle lenses. This kind of like it's a wide angle lens, but then it kind of distorts it. Like it works, but it really also doesn't. And see if that's see much. That hand has to be like, yeah. Yeah. And then you just see 10 minutes starts to feel like a eternity. And yet, if you don't If you're not efficient with the time, it goes just as quick. Be like, yeah. Okay, cool. A lot of these are clothed, which is just perfect. That leg comes way too far out. But change up some of the angles. Now what we have to do is we have to show that this hand is in fact oh, not done yet. Sorry. I want 3 more marks here that I'm going to kind of just keep working through. I like that. Like the line work. Again, it's very, as you can tell. It's very much a line study, clearly. Just an exploration of line. But it works. Look like a foot. Kind of block out some of those values there. Let's come here. Fingers, you again, I said this last time. You don't want to use your finger if you're working on like a nice piece of paper or a nice charcoal drawing. Reason being, the oils from your finger will absolutely affect that paper, that charcoal. But on this paper, and because they're loose, your finger sometimes gives you a great little mid-tone and lets you move around the charcoal just enough. But I'm just kind of looking for the whites here, trying to get a little bit of value change. Get a little bit more value study than just such a heavy line piece. But I do like it as but probably about a 13-14 minute piece, I guess, I suppose here. A little longer. Alienish, but again, I think when you work on a line study like that, it tends to get more interesting. Creepy. Their brain doesn't see things in line, right? Switch. What up, brother? Happy Monday, man. How you doing? Little bit here. Here, we can work on this one here. The long one. Man, that's really fun. Probably should have kept the one I had. How you doing today, man? It's a little weird. It's kind of like we should all be tripping, maybe. This time, very different approach. Very much using line here. What we have to do is put in the head here much better. Have been. Do that too late. Got the kiddo from school, finally sitting down for a minute. Nice, man. How's the little ones doing? How's the Warzone grind? I seen the win. I seen it. I seen it. Good, chilling, enjoying some Gestural Mondays. We've been doing a lot of quick drawing, quick sketching today. Now we're on to a couple little longer poses, but nothing too crazy. I think we got a 20-minute here. Just getting loose, getting loose. Monday's always a crazy day. I like to just sort of scribble. Nothing too permanent, nothing too committed. Nice. Nice Monday. This has to be way more angled, see? That's why. This one has to look like this, huh? Right, cool. Perfect. Shape here. We're kind of just working on the negative space now. Let's do that. Completely different style. We're kind of, again, always working and getting loose and trying something new. Anything that's like a start, this is how you do this, this is how you do that. I have a lot of different starting methods, I guess. Good or bad. Notice that you guys can turn lines into an actual picture. Props to you. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, bro. It's a fun practice, man. It's a fun journey, you know? And sometimes we don't. Sometimes what the picture is supposed to look like is not there at all. That is why it's just about enjoying the process, enjoying the journey. I don't want to put down too many of these lines. Sometimes it's good to have lines, you know, a couple of like those movement lines, but you don't want to be too scratchy with them. That's a little bit scratchy for what I like to put down. All right, that's all right. We are using a fairly unsharpened pencil here. Makes it tough. You have to keep your pencil sharp. I remember hearing that like over and over in school, and it was so annoying. You kind of start getting it. And again, it's so you can make these marks and then this mark. And when you can do that accurately, like where you want to, like not like that, When I can pull this up and know that the edge is going to do what I want it to, it's a nice sharp edge. So always have to keep your pencils incredibly sharp. See if this is this edge. Slow today too, I can tell. Woke up tired. I don't know. Did we set the clocks back? No, right? I mean, we didn't, but something feels like it changed. I was tired this morning. Big sad. I think I got good sleep too. Those weird mornings, you know. Let's see, I'm keeping these lines loose down here so I can come find them again. Rather than doing what I did here, where I should have probably pulled up from here. And then I could have gotten this line nice and accurate. I'm pulling right through the figure, and then we'll probably lose a lot of those, but sometimes you pull through the figure and it can help you see the distance and the shapes. It's pretty nice. That's how I'm going to find that mark right there. Actually pulled right through the figure. It's super tired. It was really rainy and nasty too, though. That always makes you want to go back to bed. See, it wasn't bad here. That's usually that 100%. All the time makes me want to go back to bed. It wasn't bad here. I think it was just one of those, like you said, one of those slow Sundays. Are you looking at a picture and trying to replicate it just for definitely using a reference? Always using a reference. I work from references 99% of the time. And I always am an advocate for references. Now, again, I'm trying to capture sort of different things than maybe the exact replica of the image. So again, I am trying to not necessarily replicate the image, but it's reference. That's why I say reference. You know what I mean? Because again, I want it. Whoa, that's wrong. That height is wrong. There we go. I want it to be accurate, but I am going for sometimes different feels, sometimes more of a stylized feel, sometimes you're trying to tell different stories than just the accurate rendition. And I'm always kind of trying to keep it loose and artistic, if that makes sense. Like my painting, I always try to call it impressionistic realism, where it very much is representational. This is the problem with not looking at it straight on for me. So because I'm not looking at it straight on, this angle looks right, but it has to be. I could almost stand up. I almost worked standing today, but I was just lazy. But yeah, impressionistic realism, where it's accurate representation, but it's still very artistic. Painterly, brush strokes, marks. Again, very much a piece of art versus a photograph. I'm not looking for hyper realism. Even though that's incredible. I'm not trying to say anything like that. It's just my personal work style. But yes, I always recommend references. If and when people can work right through the figure without one, that's incredible. And there definitely are artists that can. And that, I mean, all that kind of comes down to is just knowing anatomy. If you know your anatomy, you can build a figure pretty much any way you want. That is the beauty of knowing anatomy, like you should. I should. What do you do with all your drawings when they're done? Oh man, I don't show that side of my apartment. This side of the studio is just stacks. No. I work over them depending. I mean, again, these are newsprints, so a lot of these don't ever really make it too far. Don't live on. A lot of practice pieces. Drawings, I try to frame, do that, like this one, and try to get rid of them if I can, if and when. But a lot of these figure drawings are just kind of not toss-aways, because depending on what I do with them or the model, a lot of times I'll find a painting that I want to create with them, and then I end up saving them and using them as studies, you know what I mean? But not, they kind of just remain the book until they're done. Because again, what I'm getting from it is up here, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily about the actual piece per se, especially on like gesture drawings like this. Because they're so fast that they can just keep changing, keep growing. I mean, I sell them when I can. They're always available for sale. But definitely not why I'm necessarily doing these, you know? These are far more for practice, studies. Tough to tell with this angle here, but I've framed some, definitely. I think we have some up around our house for sure, depending on which ones come out. This reminds me of can't think of the artist. Lights. Oh, I can't think of. I can't think of who it was. I haven't seen a race. My paper has literal holes in it, and all. That's all. You're just going slow. You're trying to make sure the marks are as close to accurate as you can. You're coming in light, like right there, finding the marks, and then pulling through the figure. You know. I do have an eraser. I love my erasers. Here, we'll clean up this part. Erasers are allowed. But yeah, that's why I'm always just sort of working slow here and very much working through the figure. Because that allows me to just put stuff down lightly, see where it should go. Like, see, this has to come out. I'm literally like contouring the figure. You know what I mean? That's sometimes how you can find your marks, find your positioning. You're just literally running the pencil over the figure as if it was like moving right through it. And you can just find stuff, you know what I mean? Happy little mistakes, that's it. Some man just want to jump on and say, hey, before I had to work, appreciate you, Broomy. Rough morning, man. I'm sending out love. I know. That was, we're not even gonna get into it. Move past it. New season, new day. I hope you're having a good day. Other than the rough, we're not even gonna mention it. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're living the day, Broomy. Appreciate the love, man. We are having a good Monday over here. Doing a little bit of drawing, a little figure drawing. We're trying to keep it PG, but I don't really know what I can and can't do here, so. And like here now, again, I'm literally just drawing around the shape of the figure. Just contouring the figure so that I can kind of see where the lines should be. Make it easier. Always work easier. Harder, not harder. Trick. And we're going to come back in with some charcoal. We have a couple minutes left. So this is a long drawing. Again, that's why you also start the way we did. With long drawings. Because then this... This 20-minute drawing feels like an eternity to measure things out. I just have so much time to accurately look up, look down, check this, check that. And if you just start with this, it's tough. It's tough right off the bat. Your brain wants to just think it knows what it's doing, and it doesn't. It's a mean prankster. It's a rascal. Again, we're using a lot of marks here, so we're pushing the pencil, and I've mentioned it a few times, but the reason this is a horrible example of this pencil, but sharpen our pencils in this manner. I don't have one sharpened pencil, but so we can get these nice marks. Anyways, God bless. Good luck with the drawing. Can't wait to see you with the product. Final product looks like. Appreciate you, Broomy. I hope you have a great Monday, man. Enjoy your day. But again, the reason you do this is so you can go like this. Anybody was ever wondering. Because I always used it. Like, well, I'm just going to use a pencil sharpener because it kind of sucks sharpening pencils like that. Yeah, it does. You're right. But you're doing it for a reason. What kind of sharpener is that? It's a very, very advanced, unique tool called a razor blade and a sanding block. And it's the worst. The only way that, I don't know, I guess I shouldn't say it's the only way. The only way that I think you can get these nice these points. This is actually literally a brick of sandpaper. I can just go like this. Then I don't even know where my razor blade is. I might have used it for cleaning paint, but literally just a square razor blade. Square razor blade. And you just push it right up. I'll get one and do an example. I'm trying to think of if I know where one is. I don't off the top of my head. I should have one here. I was gonna say, I knew I had one somewhere. Very old and very sharp, you can tell. You just slowly push up. Your left hand to guide the razor blade. You don't want it to be pressure. You don't want to like force it up and through. Oh no, we're not done. I'll go back. That's awesome. And then you just kind of go right through the razor blade. Bring it right. It's very, I'm not gonna lie. You get decent at it. But yeah. For every pencil that you sharpen accurately like this, you break one. Maybe other people have it down. I do. I have a lot of broken pencils. It was always a thing in... see? There you go. Always. It always happens. It's 50-50. It's the most frustrating part of these. 100%. But it ends up looking like this. Which is what you want. But using one of those sharpening stones. Like, what? No, I mean, it's a sharpening sandpaper, right? I mean, there is a sandpaper component. So once you have that, you like take it and you grind it down, you know what I mean? So you can control the shape. Not gonna do too much, but just kind of shade out. Where there should be a little dark values here. Again, this is much more, sorry. I just probably blew into the camera. I didn't mean into the microphone. A little bit more finished. Still almost kind of sometimes go. But I think the two pieces kind of work here because just kind of showing the light here. You can definitely tell where the light and where the figure hits here. Then you can come in, it's great because so you have a soft pencil and sharp pencils, or hard pencils I should say, and these are just so much easier to kind of put in light marks. The softer ones go down darker, the harder ones go down lighter because they're actually a more dense charcoal or lead. I guess it's a charcoal. And so you can get some grays that are similar to some nice vine charcoal and really kind of cross-hatch some spots out. So again, in longer drawings, I will end up sometimes starting with the more firm pencil, a harder pencil. Because you can just put down more marks that you can kind of put down lighter. The softer pencil gives you far more permanent marks. I'm gonna keep cruising right through. I think we have one more drawing here that we're gonna do. I'm liking this one though. Oh, pretty nice. I want to just go through with this hard pencil here. Couple more shading marks. It works. I think it works. And again, to quickly fill a spot, so I don't know why I do it better like this. It's just kind of easier for my hand. But you can just get real nice fine lines, fill out a shape. For cross hatching, again, you don't want, I'm not going to do full cross hatching on this piece because there's no other cross hatching in it. But kind of blending it right in with the rest, hopefully a little bit enough. I'm going to fix this line here so that the knee is a little bit more where it should be in the center. Always just moving and changing and adjusting. But it's important to put stuff down very light to start. And see, that'll go down real dark. Fine charcoal will always go down nice and dark, but it'll pick up pretty easily. Probably gonna call it right about there. Move on to the next one. Again, that's kind of a good little 10-minute drawing. We've paused probably a few minutes, so it's like 15 maybe. Oh no, that was 20. Yeah. That makes more sense. Should have got more of the face in. Okay, though. The only thing we should have spent a little more time on, but okay. Also not the point of the piece because it's not a portrait, right? Totally sounds like Avatar, like an intro to Avatar. Growing up, my mom would always have us sit down and watch Happy Land on TV. Ever heard about it? Was this old guy that taught you how to draw? Like, not Bob Ross? I watched Bob Ross growing up. You must know Bob Ross. Are you saying your mom liked Happy Land more than Bob Ross? They're fighting words right there. I'm not sure if I know what that is. It has to be the same sort of show, obviously. So my thought with the boobs is that if I don't put nipples, said the other day, I don't know the full nipple rule. It has to be something like that. Wrong. Okay, cool. We have a break coming up. That's fine. We're just gonna keep working right through it then. But you should not do. Don't do as I do. Do as I say, or neither. Definitely don't do as I do. You have good damn reason. Kids type deal. All right. I'll end up looking. I'll end up checking it out for sure. I probably watched it. There's a good chance I checked it out. I always did Bobby Ross. Bobby Ross is something else. Bob Ross is just spectacular. But yeah, he was definitely, I guess to your point, he was like, yeah, he was not, no part of him was for kids. Well, Look at that spooky smile. Look at that spooky smile. But we kind of don't want to overwork things. See? That's why when the timer goes, sometimes you just meant to call it. What do we have here? Oh, long one? No, I'm not doing that. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, so I can't go back. Okay. I'm learning this new app. I guess it's not an app. The product. No. No. Still no. Closer. Oh, I've skipped 2 that I could have used. I'm trying to think of what's gonna fit into the spot here. So I'm gonna put it right here. Whatever the last pieces will fit right here. Great shot. All right, we found it. Not a fun one. That's crazy. I don't have any sharpened soft pencils. That's how fast I go. That is wild. So we're using what we shouldn't be using, but it's going to work. We're going to make it work. I have to fit this thing right here. Right. We'll make it work. I'm gonna do 5, I think, here, and then take a quick 5. I was supposed to take a big long break in between this, according to my class here. Not a class. What I set up, I did set it up to take a little break in the middle of this. Best thing you can do is 20 to 30 minutes. Every 20 to 40 minutes, if you can take a break when you're creating. You're doing anything, but never mind when you're creating, because your brain just is doing so much. It's crazy. You don't realize. And when you click into autopilot, your brain stops doing what it should do. And you stop accurately, making measurements right now already. Yeah, like, see, I've been drawing for another hour. Time goes fast. Yeah, I'm going to take 5, and I think we're going to do a new piece of paper. Trying to fit this into a little small thing. We're going to do a full 40-minute drawing when we get back. A nice full 40-minute piece. Actually, I'm going to see if I have different paper, too. We might do a nice full 40 on... I'm going to see what kind of paper I have. We're going to take a 5-minute break, come back, 40-minute drawing to finish off this session. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support, appreciate everybody hanging out. Sure to hit that like and that sub down below. And we're going to keep on rolling. Be right back, gang. Much love. All right, let's get it. We're back, finishing up. Dog's doing good. Everybody doing good. Enjoying the Monday. Enjoying the gestural drawing. How could we not be? Got a couple 10-minute drawings here. No way to make this a better angle for you guys, unfortunately. That's kind of where we're at. What happened here, unfortunately, is that's what I was gonna do. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna see if we have another piece of paper. Nope. Nope. We prepped the paper to use, but we used it. I couldn't really remember. Oh, perfect. All right, let's find one that's good. You can move it like that. Oh. Fit in that nice little pocket here. Get to about 4 that we've liked after. Skipped them. That's what happens. Down. On this one. There's a lot of good. I get lost in the references and I end up doing like so many of them. Cubebrush.com is where I get a lot of them. And they're great. Not bad. Oh, that's cool. There's a lot I'm gonna go back and do here. Can't share them, but I can share them in Discord if anybody would like any specific references. But I don't normally. Next 5, we have to choose one. There's some that are really good, but for some reason the camera's tilted and it really messes with the proportions. Or is that I should just grab a new piece of paper. Yeah, I should. All right. Whatever. Now it doesn't really matter, right? Oh. Now we can do anything. I guess this will work. Sure. Get it. All right, cool. 40 minutes here. 40 minutes. So, I have a weird approach for the head and skull, but never what I want it to be. So I always end up coming back and redoing it. I haven't found a way to start yet. That's very much like I say, that I'm always practicing. I'm always doing new techniques. I'm always working on something new. I never really try to get comfortable. I know that might seem weird, but oh, is there? I would just very much continue creating fresh, like fresh new art that I enjoy, rather than get in the habit of just creating because I am just like in that not robotic creation mode, but just so step by step that it stops being fun. So again, now I have 40 minutes here. I am going in super quick and doing almost like a 2 to 3 minute gesture jar that I might be able to, you know, use some. And hopefully if the practice that we did at the beginning kind of worked, some of these marks will be accurate. Best case scenario. If they're not, we're gonna go in and fix them at the end, you know? Kind of how it works. But ow. I don't have any soft pencils left, so we're going in with the old Willow charcoal. So I kind of moved that there. Significantly better. Too late now. We've done the whole stream. Okay. Every week this stream is going to continue improving because I am working on the best ways to get the footage, capture the art, cover all the content. And I don't know it right now, I'll be honest. I look for a lot of art streams. I try to watch a lot. I don't think anybody really has a great way to capture a lot of it. Something's happening on my back. And if it's an insect, it's going to be a viral meme of me freaking out. Because good God, I'm bad with bugs. Really hope that doesn't happen. Why is this not it? I'm gonna find a clothed drawing, if I'm being honest. Because I think when we get to 40 minutes, I think I get hesitant that I can't show what I'm showing. Alright, this one isn't better, but they're clothed, so we're gonna count it. But yeah, I don't know I don't know. Really is a fun drawing, I'll be honest. Can I put the bottom here? Okay, cool. Working through this here. Yeah, the last one I was kind of, I don't know. I get a little, I don't know how to yeah, I don't know the nipple rules. Went over that. So what we do is we just keep them clothed, right? No, is this here, here. X right here. See that twist in the spine. Tough little drawing here. A lot of these, again, cube brushes where I get a lot of these art packs are just awesome. They're very difficult poses. Some are very random, but the majority very nice references. We're not seeing correctly quite yet. All right. This is why it's always part enjoying the journey and getting something down that you can then fix. 'Cause right now I'm not making marks, so I can't make anything wrong. I have to get stuff wrong to get it right here, especially in a longer drawing. So this is going to turn into a 20-minute here because forget what the longest one I did last time was, but I know where it ended, and it kind of, I either have to keep that same level of detail, find one that's just ninja. That'll work. All right, cool. That will work. Okay, nice seated pose here. Perfect. Bust it out. We're gonna do a 20-minute in. We're gonna do a 40-minute in 20. You know. Exactly parallel, huh? Or horizontal. You can, there's such different styles in your tools. Your tools just make you work a different way. And when I'm using a pencil, I definitely tend to get more, you can see it more liney, which is sometimes good. But again, I definitely try to get away from that with using charcoal because you can't do it. It just doesn't even let you. Them here. Beautiful foreshortened knee. Wow, what a knee. I would have noticed that first. Leave that there for now. Damn. Just coming straight at us here, huh? Hi. Perfect. have make do here. We're gonna make do, which I can tell you. Here. I'm gonna keep working it. I'm gonna keep working. That's interesting. But also so many other places. Starts to look weird. You just have to keep working through. It's like, you know, you don't know exactly where it's gonna lay out until you can see it all. Keep playing and moving one portion of the piece. Whoa. Oh, I swallowed wrong. Ow. If you keep playing on one part of the piece that's not necessarily right, sometimes you just keep moving this, moving this, moving this, moving this, moving this. You go back and forth until you finish out everything else. And then you can come back through and find the right placement on everything. Know that stuff's starting to get in the right place. Otherwise, it's just a rough. And knee's never gonna be fun here. It's gonna give us a problem the whole way through. That's why we're doing it. Last thing we want to do, something that's just not challenging us, that does no good. Always want to be learning, practicing, pushing yourself, messing up, making mistakes so you can fix it. Confidence is never knowing that you can do it correct the first time. It's knowing that you can make a mistake if it. We're just going to keep working right around the figure and working right through, seeing what we end up with here. That's all we can do here. We have a lot of jewelry here, which is fun. I'm going to try to incorporate it, but sometimes it starts to get a little all over the place when you do too much of that, because you don't have the color tool. So with values, you can show certain things. Other things get very long. Oh my God, we found one. We are back. We are back. I'm gonna keep all this, but again, I'm just knocking it back into the paper. Sometimes the best part of these drawings are the multiple layers of lines that you can find and uncover. All right, let's get back to this here. Right here. This is something that we really want to look at and study, because we don't want it going too far if it's not supposed to, right? I think it's supposed to be here. And this is no different than, again, the faster poses, other than you're just really measuring all around, and every time you put a mark down, you can check. That it's right close enough to where it should be. All you can do. Again, you can see I'm pulling right through. I'm pushing, I'm pulling. Here, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna use the flat edge. Pull right through here. Now I'm gonna pull right over here. into this. Right? You can even pull right up. It's not what's the wording? It's very unorthodox and counterintuitive to pull or push like that, to draw like this, but you do want to, because it does, again, that is why you sharpen your pencil like this. If you go like this, you tend to make more marks like this. When you have your pencil like this, you can't really not, like, it forces you to move it around, and the marks just get more interesting. So much more interesting that first line is. Even sometimes if it's in the wrong spot, it'll work because it just, now you want it to be in the right spot before everybody jumps all over that. But want to get in the habit of doing that for sure, because again, it's just the right way to do it if you want to work, you know, stuff. Shoulders a little too big, and again, it's in the light here, so I don't want it a big heavy line. I want like a sort of light. That's a big part of line weight. The light, you can keep a nice crisp thin line almost. And then keep a nice dark line if it's, you know, supposed to move back, be a little more weighted. But you can see how things, again, you can just, I don't know. Everybody might disagree, but I think it looks more interesting. That is way too up. That, I mean, even that's way too, I'm using too much of the tip almost. Ha! Classic. And art, I can't stress it enough, is one of the most beautiful things in that it's like a sport. It's you see things, you don't see things. Sometimes you're in the zone, sometimes you're in it, sometimes you're not. You have to work through it as an artist all the time. But sometimes things just come together and other times they won't. You have to work through it. Again, I always make the comparison to an athlete. You're still gonna get your average, right? Like you're still gonna hit your points. That's not gonna change. But whether it comes in the first quarter, the fourth quarter, whatever, it's gonna change. You're gonna have games that just click the whole way through, just like you're gonna have pieces that tend to do that. And art is just one of those things that for some reason we attach this word talent, and it's like, oh my god, he's just so talented. Everything they do must be perfect. That's insane. I don't know where or when that sort of mentality was like adopted, but it's just insane. Talent is one of those things that I just don't. Talent isn't real. Talent would be if talent was real, the world would be so much more upsetting and depressing than it is. With people just fucking being born better? That's insane. Imagine what that world would be like. You work through it, you fix it, you correct it, you fix it again, you fix it again. And sometimes it's still wrong. No. Keep fixing it. Practice. Different than sports. That's looking a little too not it, but we're gonna keep going. Because it's supposed to be way up here, but always going to be a different challenge in your piece. Even if you do the exact same piece over and over and over and over, like what's her face? I think her name. So upset I'm spacing on this name now. Ultimately, what I'm saying is, even if you do that, you're going to have a new set of challenges every single time. Make a piece. Same piece, and you're going to look at it and go, oh, that's so weird. I didn't encounter this last time. Correct. Like if you play the same team over and over and over. It's gonna be a different. That's why you play the game. That's why you make the drawing. So you do the art. Way too far. Way too far. Something interesting about pushing things a little too far and making it stretched out organically. It just adds like such a weird, looks wild from that proportion. Wow. And then it's a crazy thing to see the angle that you guys are at, man. That's what I'm gonna have to work on too. Fixing that. Wow. That is wildly off. Much like the last one we did. We should have fit it in the little section. It would have worked perfectly. We're gonna do portrait gestures next. That's what I have to do. So that get quicker, so I can get better, so I can keep practicing. This is a Monday piece of artwork. That's what you have sometimes, you know. That's why Mondays are gestural Mondays, so we get all the kinks out. Can't see anything right now. Wild. But again, just like a day when you don't feel like going to the gym, when you don't feel like hitting the weights, you gotta do it. You just have to get in there, do it, take what you can. Even if it ends up looking like this. Wild sometimes. So push this in. See, like, you can squeeze, you can fix that so easily on iPad. It's okay. It all almost starts to play right, but didn't quite work. It's okay. I'm gonna hit this leg here. It's because I'm using just such a mixture of marks that I can't find which mark to use. That's like, so I've made the point to saying you need the piece to feel uniform, all the same style of completion almost, where the detail works all the way through, the marks work all the way through. You don't want everything to be shaded like this and then have one sort of part of cross hatching, etc. And this, I just have so much line specific with like line this, and none of them are really right. Like they should be. So I kind of have to tie it all together. With a lot of the same. So now I just want it to be like similar, you know. Clothes are tough. The minute you have to put clothes, and I know that's like such a weird thing to say, but when you're doing gesture studies, you have to figure out the figure and then just find the shapes versus almost study the marks of the anatomy in the figure, because they're covered. Part of it's covered, right? So you know what's underneath, but sometimes you can't see it. Sometimes you can see it. Always want to try to change it if you can. Want it to be right. That's the biggest thing. Just want accuracy in your piece. And if I guess you want whatever you want in your piece, but for me and these again, these sketches, like we talked about, what do I do with them? I'm either going to study them and use them, or study what I got wrong and try to avoid it next time. And this angle's getting kicked out because I'm not looking. I should do it. I have to find a way to get the artwork as straight as I can to myself. I just haven't been doing that lately. And I should be. Especially because that's just such a big component of what I always preach, is that making everything around you so easy, because the art is actually difficult. The art is very difficult. So if you're not, you know, set up with a good seat, set up with a good view, a good angle, you're going to have a rough time. Hard enough. If everything's going in your favor, it's tricky. You want to make it as ideal as possible, and that's why we always say, what do we say? Enjoy the journey. Because sometimes that's the best part. That's what you're going to learn from. That's why you're doing it. It's all a study. That's why it's called a study. Studying values, studying lines, studying anything you want. That's why in the first session, we made a point to go back through and actually sketch and study all of our works. Because that allowed us to look at them as studies and say, okay, cool. Let's keep improving here, keep working here. This has to be moved here, just like we're doing here. Has to come in just a little, like maybe to here. Angle probably has to come down just a little bit to here. Elbow still has to be here. From there. Sometimes it's easier to, well, not here in any sort of medium. Now I'm making marks that are, again, very, I'm holding my pencil like this to just kind of quickly sketch. Doing some hash marks. Quickly get some values down so I can just continue seeing as much as I possibly can. Go right to 4:30, so we're gonna go for 9 more minutes. And then we will be back tomorrow again. We'll be back Monday. We're gonna be live Monday through Friday here. Moving forward, tomorrow we're gonna be jumping into either digital art or our skate deck. I'm not totally sure which yet, but it's gonna be a very fun one either way because we have a digital drawing that we're working on. Checked out here. Now very much I'm trying to bring the piece together using the similar shading by this cross hatching. That kind of allows me to control a lot of it when it comes to charcoal like this. Do not practice cross hatching. It's one of the greatest things, for shading, for studies, for quickly laying down sections of value when the music stops. And it's time to wrap it up. That makes sense to me. That's usually how it goes. Hi. Back. But yes, if you don't use cross hatching much, it's very, very helpful for quickly laying in large planes of value and for laying in subtle values here and there. Again, it's just a super helpful tool. For contouring shapes, it's awesome. You can just kind of work right around. Wonderful. This whole portion, again, it's not about like darkening the whole thing. Just kind of about showing that clearly it's in shadow here. That just definitely recedes. You can just, again, nothing else would do that. Quickly laying in nice planes of values. Like I said, you can contour the hashtags. Sometimes it's nice to go against the contour. So if you would contour it this way, actually contour it this way. Gives a little bit more interesting of a feel. And for this, I could come up. Base with this nice little block of just value there, of shading. No way I see that foot. Way you see that foot. Just no way. But it's a great, great, great tool. And it can be used. I love it most in like my final pieces, my final drawings. I will always use it. And again, it's almost how I work in a lot of times when I'm working over long spans of time. Not over long spans, on longer pieces. because it breaks up that super organic feel. Sometimes when you have too much of this, it just starts to feel organic. So then you can come in and go like this. Turn this into some angles here. And it starts to just look a little bit more interesting. Kind of all we're going for. If you have that feel with those angles, it just starts to get more interesting. That looks a little bit roller coastery, but you know what I mean. I guess that kind of goes back to when we said we're not necessarily exactly going for imitation of the piece. We want to make it better. We want to make that image better in our opinion, in our eyes, on this page. That's why we're doing it. So a lot of pieces I see, I always try to explain it, but they're better as pictures, and then there are pieces that are better as paintings, as drawings, as that's almost always what will decide the medium, me at least. And that's why I think Gesture Mondays just are so fun, because I've always loved drawing with charcoal, drawing with pencils, drawing figures, and gesture drawing is just the best. Here, see, I'm actually going with the figure. I'm kind of trying to, again, just lose some of this values here, but it's a little too sketchy. Just come back in, you just erase some of it. Again, that's what you can do. You put in these marks very light, so you can just pick them right up. All lifts up, super easy. Other than the soft charcoal pencil heavy marks, almost all of this can lift right up, right? It's just part of working with these, especially because I'm using just a layout pencil. So this is even lighter. I'm not even going to get into the face right now. There's no shot. Not happening. I'm not seeing those values. I'm not seeing the shapes. Back into the face. But yeah, I have to watch the new Last of Us. Oh man, that show's incredible. We haven't watched a new episode yet, and but so you see, okay, so now a good example of why even with these pencils you want them to stay sharp. They just start losing that. They start losing that bite, the mark. Can't make the same marks you want. Those are just fresher. There you have that value. It's just not there. Always keep your tools sharp. And this is where we'll wrap this mess of a piece up. No, not a mess of a piece. Fun piece. It's all practice. And that's why we're doing this. Never get comfy, never settle. To always keep improving. That's all our goal is. And you can see there's room always for improvement. It's like anything. Shoot well, you shoot bad. Come back the next day, and what do? Keep shooting, baby. Get that green light. Never go into figure drawing or figure gesture sessions and be the one that's like trying to prove you're good at gesture drawing or figure. That's just not what these moments are about. Just won't enjoy it. Won't have fun. Use them for yourself. Get better. Improve. That's why we do them on Monday. All right, that's wrapping it up. We're done here. I gotta get the boys upstairs. I can hear one scurrying. One's walking in circles in his kennel. Start barking soon. So we gotta. Good today though. They've been good. They've been very, very good today. All right, but yes. So we're going to wrap it up. We are wrapping it up on Gesture Mondays. We had another nice little 20-minute sketch, nice little 20-minute drawing. We definitely could have and should have fit it on that other page, so we could just show this other page here. Showing the 3 instead of the 1. That's okay. We'll leave it right here. We can turn it so it looks a little better here. A little better, a little study. We had a whole page full, a whole other page full, and no, 2 full pages. Gesture drawings for Gesture Mondays. I think we did 16, 30 seconds, 10, 1 minutes. We did a lot of scribbles, a lot of sketching, a lot of drawing. We enjoyed the process. It's what it's all about on Gesture Mondays. Get loose, start seeing accurately proportions, get it all out of the way, and then you jump right into a piece. We're going to jump into a piece later tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with a live stream. We are going to be doing, again, either digital drawing or skate deck work tomorrow. We have a skate deck prepped, ready to go. So I think we might be painting. Might be an acrylic Tuesday. Doesn't sound great, but we'll keep brainstorming the idea. But yeah, I think we might be painting tomorrow on a skate deck. So maybe some skate deck work tomorrow. Appreciate the love. I appreciate the support so much. Thank you to everyone for hanging out, chatting, chilling, enjoying the Monday, enjoying the vibes. Be sure to hit that like and that sub down below. It greatly helps the channel. Greatly helps me out as an artist. Support the arts. Do it. Thank you so much. And again, we'll be live tomorrow. So until then, until tomorrow, I'm going to say it. If you don't know it, you're going to hear it. Stay healthy. Stay happy. Much love, gang.